swan lake is always a dream for a choreographer.
Weil Tchaikovsky so genial war, erzählt die Musik sehr viel.
El Lago de los Cisnes es el ballet de los ballets.
You only should touch it when you have something to say. I found a way by telling a prequel, the question how one becomes evil.
Es un universo creado por la escenografía, por la luz de Andreas y la visual de Álvaro.
It's not about explaining, it's accompanying the audience to an emotional journey.
We are saying who is Rotbart, and we are trying to explain how he became this evil character. I come from classical ballet, so Tchaikovsky as a composer was always in my mind. I did Sleeping Beauty, it was my first full length actually, in Valencia, and then I did Nutcracker for Nuremberg, and I thought about doing Swan Lake, but I only wanted to approach it once I got a personal way to come to it. For me, Rotbart was always a character that is a bit unconnected to the story, and I was wondering why we don't do our piece trying to explain the origin of this character and how he became this evil character. He witnessed a murder, and this transforms him, puts the seed of evil into him. And he doesn't realize that, as many people put traumatic experience in the back of their head, but somehow during their life they come back to it, and then it makes them go into the dark side.
El universo de Rotbart, que es un universo, la parte oscura del romanticismo alemán, el sentido trágico de la pintura española.
I started to build the story and connect the music to it. And I found that some of the music that was made for the original story is very much connected to our story.
Unsere Version von Schwanensee, diese Rotbarts Geschichte, die Stücke sind nicht in die Reihenfolge wie im Ballett es war.
We find the white swan, and we find also the black swan, and for me they are both also the duality, the good and the evil.
La particularidad de los cisnes, que es la silueta que más tiempo nos ha costado reflexionar y llegar a una solución.
My white swan is an entity, it's a whole group of people, it's a hive mind, you know. Whatever the white swan feels, all the swans are feeling at the same time.
Las alas están delante y una evocación del pico, que estaría delante, lo hemos puesto en la parte de atrás. Lo hemos hecho modelizando una silueta que es como una especie de pieza joya, que tiene un brillo anacarado, un tanto transparente. Hemos intentado trabajar sin un referente concreto previo para que se diferenciara de todos los otros lagos de los cisnes.
The black swan is born from the death bodies of the white swans or the exterminated white swans. So it's coming back to life to bring balance and to pay back for the wrongdoings of Rotbart.
Todo está pensado en función de la luz. Es lo que va realmente a poner en valor este vestuario. Ahora es muy diferente de cómo lo vamos a ver en escena.
fotografía sin la luz no existe. Y en este caso concreto, esta propuesta escenográfica no existirá tampoco sin el vídeo. Cuando las tres cosas no se distinguen, cuando están ensambladas, es cuando realmente ha funcionado la propuesta.
En el mundo de Rotbarts el espacio está muy lleno, en el mundo atmosférico del lago está muy vacío y permeable por todos lados para que puedan pasar los bailarines con mucha facilidad. Sometimes the videos playing a prominent role, but in other times videos create only the atmosphere. The first idea was working about water. Inside the water you can feel safe, but it can also be threatening too.
There is always this question mark. What is the right direction or the wrong direction? Always doubting if we are taking the right or the wrong turn in our life. I like to mess around with people. I like to make people go out of the comfort zone. But at the same time, I would like them to be connected from the beginning, taking this journey. And if at the end they find that it made sense for them, that they can make their own story out of it. I think we try to make a connection to the classical story and then right at the end find out that we were just taking the first step and we understand now Rotbart a bit better, we will achieve our goal.